Hello guildies and welcome back to another beautifully polygonal day here on my Minecraft server. I am over here on my little island that is over, well, I was going to try and show you my home base. My home base is over there. There it is, you can kind of see it. Hold on, let me turn a little bit. It's over there. This is the portal where I was going to build my mob drop. Over there is the Guardian Temple. We'll get to that at some point, I hope. I swam over that the very first day I spawned into this area. I spawned on that island and swam right over the top of it. I was like, wow, nice surprise. Anyways, I have finished trading various villagers for emeralds. They're all done now, so I got to give them time to regenerate. I guess they regenerate. I don't even know. And I've gone ahead and sheared all those sheep to get ready for the snowman. And while that's going on, I figured I'd go ahead and come over here and get my mob drop ready to go. So this is where it's going to be. I think I might rearrange my portals so that it's right here, but I'm going to center it right on this and stick it right out there and let it go out and out and out and out. And in order to do that, I am going to do a let's do sandstone here. And so this is the centerpiece. So this is what it's going to look like. Let me go ahead and do this. It'll go up one, and then it'll go up one, and then it'll go up one, etc., etc., all the way 64 out. And in the center pieces betwixt those, I will have a staircase, so it'll be easier to walk. And then I'll have an end cap piece that'll be like this. Yeah, so let me do a couple of them just to show you what it's going to look like here eventually. That guy there, that guy there. So this is what I'm going to do all the way up, much more efficiently than this, I assure you, all the way up to the spot that's 64 up and 64 out. Okay? And I think how I'm going to do it, we'll light these, and then every other thing we'll do a torch like that to kind of just have a light thing going up. But that's going to go all the way up there. I don't want to bore you with it, so let me go ahead and get that out of the way. And the reason I want to use the chiseled sandstone is because I think it'll make a nice backbone. I guess I could do reverse stairs on the underside, but boy, that would make it... whew. Okay, but I'm going to do this all the way up and out, and then I'll be right back and give you an update when that's done. Maybe I'll do a quick time-lapse for you. All right, here we go. Hello gang, and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of me putting together the staircase that leads up here. It was a fun little time. I fell off once, but that's to be expected. So I've got this. It's 64 squares up, 64 squares out. This is 64 up. I suspect that the water level drops about 20 more. But what we're going to do is, well, first things first, I'm going to finish sealing this up. So we'll get this all done, and then I'm going to get to work on a collection system for the mob drops here on this floor. And then I'm going to build the tube that leads all the way up, and by the time I get to the actual mob generation area, I will hopefully be at a spot that is without. That doesn't make any sense. The area that is not within the 120, it's 240 square, so 120 radius, as it were, down. So 120 down without any area for mobs to spawn. And I need to be, I think, 20 away from the actual mob area. So anyways, I'm going to get this all done, and I'm going to prep the storage area. And actually, I want to show you how I do that. So let me go ahead, fill this in, and I'll be right back, and I'll show you how I'm going to do the storage area. I'm going to use a technique, a sorting technique that I learned from Impulse SV. Is that his name? Impulse. You guys know who Impulse is. If you don't, look him up on YouTube. He has a nice little sorting system that he uses, and I'm going to be using it here in just a second. So let me finish this up, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Alright gang, and welcome back. I am here at my mob spawner, and I've taken the liberty of getting some things in ready. This is just a dirt staircase for me to use to get some things done, but this framework here, that's for something that I'm going to show you in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and prep a bunch of my storage areas. Whoops, boom, 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 boom. And if you don't know how to do this, this is a chest next to a trap chest next to a chest. Otherwise, you'd have to have a one space gap between them. But I'm just going to do this all the way here. And hopefully get it knocked out real fast before the sun sets. And once the sun sets, I'll take a nap and then show you what I'm going to do over there with the sorting system. It's a pretty straightforward redstone design. You should be able to handle it no problem. Am I going to have enough? I think I do. I should. Okay. Whoops, I think I miscounted somewhere, somehow. Oh, I have more in my chest right over there. Yeah, this happens to be my junk chest for now. But, yeah. Here we go. Last little bit. Boom, boom. Okay. So now when I come up these stairs, I will be presented with all of my chests to open and see which ones have certain things in them and which ones do not. Alright, and then around back will be all the mechanisms for it. Let me take a nap. Okay, good morning. It's nice and sunny out. So what's going to happen is, along the back of these, there will be several of these. So there will be hoppers running into... I'm actually going to do one right going into that also for reasons. So all of these hoppers will be facing into these guys. Alright, and at the top here, there will be a line of hoppers running along towards this. And this line, this level, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fifth up, that's the key. Let me get up there and go ahead and do something else here. Okay. And I'm facing it out because what's going to happen is I'm going to have the drop back here. And then there's going to be, where they smash to their demise, a line will feed out and come over here. And then at this level kind of goes all the way past, right there. And these guys underneath are all going to do the sorting. This level actually does the sorting. And I can get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. I need that to go away because I won't be able to open that chest. But I'm going to do some cosmetic stuff. But here's what happens. Can I get to it from here? Yes. I'm going to fill this with a certain number of items. That number of items in this instance happens to be 4 plus 41. So I'm sitting right at 46, 45, almost 46, because that's the magic number that will cause this comparator to indicate that the power source will run out 3 blocks long. Now I'm using 3. Oh, am I going to be able to make it there? Hold on. I need some dirt again. I'm making it 3 because if I make it 2, there will be issues with spillage from one to the next. But when you do it in this fashion, 3, it'll work out better. Okay, so those are there. I'm going to need to put a repeater here. Let me go ahead and give myself something to stand on again. All right, so that repeater will go into that block, and this block will have a redstone torch. All right, and this is, consider this one module. All right, it's 1 wide, and this is going to be behind each of these. Okay, so as things come along, let me go ahead on up here and do it for you. I'm going to put some sorting sticks. Boom, boom, boom. This way, these are named items. I went to the anvil I have and just called these sticks sorting sticks. So now nothing that drops in the game world is called a sorting stick, so nothing will go into those slots. But something will go into that slot. So what I want to do is put in, what did I say, 41? Boom, 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 boom. So 41 in there. And now it's pulsed out to 2. One more pulse, one more item in there will make the redstone extend to here, which will power this block, repeater, into that block, turn off that torch, so this will lose power, and then this will start to draw items from that hopper. While this torch powers that block interacts with this hopper, so this hopper will not draw. It's as if it's powered on. Okay? So as items come through this hopper, we'll say oak wood, actually this hopper, that oak items come through this hopper, it's oak wood, it's able to pass into this because there is oak wood, that becomes 42, turns this off, allowing that to grab it, and then it'll all the way down and out into this box. So let's first see how many are in this box. 31 pieces of lumber. I'm going to take them out. There's no lumber. Let me drop... Can I reach it from here? Yeah, I can. Let me drop 21 in there. Okay, so that's off. You see things are happening. Right? This is pretty much just sorting what was dropped into it. And then down here, this is where I expect to see them, 21. All right, so I'm going to do that for various other objects. For example, zombie flesh for trading with the villagers, spider strings for making bows and dispensers, etc., etc. Some redstone if a witch drops in there, some bones, we'll make some bone meal, some arrows, etc., etc., etc. All right, so what I'm going to do now is just build this out for all of these. I'm going to leave the hoppers off now, because hoppers require a little bit of iron, so I'll need to do some more mining. These chests really dug into my tree supply as well. I mean, it's quite a bit. I didn't think about it that way, but there's quite a bit in there. And I think I might have to go do some little maintenance on that. But I'm going to go ahead and get this done. I'm going to extend this out, so the next thing you see will be this extended out, and then I'm going to start to get what I hope to be the supply line out leading into a garbage chest. So if something drops that I'm not expecting, it'll just flow there. Or I might just leave this, pull those blocks out that you saw, the wooden oak wood, and just make this the drop where whatever happens to get through gets through and into this column. And yeah, that sounds pretty good. So I'll leave that there for later, but I'm going to have to do the rest. Come out here, kind of slide along there, and into a drop. So let me do this, and I'll be right back. Alright gang, welcome back. I've already completed the system in the back now. I have not put in the hoppers, but here we go. All good to go. I probably could have just left it on. I pretty much just ran this line out, put that on top of it, and then did these 2 torches, you know. This is, I moved my bed and my workbench because I needed to go out about 4 more. I miscounted the first time, and I thought it looked smaller, but I didn't say anything, because who knows. This is the outline of where the drop is going to be. It's a little bit wider than it needs to be. I have a 3x3 that leaves 1 in the middle. Yeah. and I use that drop when I'm doing just humanoids. And I am going to go a little bit out there this time and try something a little beyond my comfort zone. Normally, I would just make a little, 16 by 16 box, I think it is, water streams on the corners, and have paths towards a central hole that they would fall through. And I make it so that spiders won't spawn in there, because spiders will clog up a one by one hole. But this time, I kind of want some spiders because I want some string and miscellaneous other things. So for the time being, I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. It could have been 2 by 2, but then it would not have been symmetric. Plus, I kind of want to be able to see the pillar of the drop tube in all its glory when I approach. So this is the outline. I wanted to see how it would look. I think that's going to work fine. Back here will be a ladder to climb up to the top and do maintenance and things like that. It won't be present unless you come in from this direction. Unlikely. I need to go explore that over there. It all looks the same, but you never know. Okay, so I got this done. Just like this. Remember I mentioned that there was no spillover if you did it this way. So here you can see that this is powering this line. Alright, so if the third one happens, it's going to start draining out items and that'll drop back down. If this was only... I've done it another way where it only goes back 2. Sometimes it will come over, and on the third one it'll power down and cause the next one to drop, and there's nothing there, so you'll have some errors. So that's that. I think the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this for now. I'll come back in after I do some mining and get some iron. I think the next thing I'm going to do is get working on this pillar going up, and I think I'm going to do it in such a fashion that it's checkerboarded the whole way. Let me see here. Give you a quick glimpse of what it might look like. Let me get some smooth sandstone. Do I have enough wood? Yeah. Okay. So, let me see here. Let's put the smooth sandstone in the corners. Do we want to do that? Here I am thinking, because the rest of it is all sandstone. So, maybe do the wood in the corners? Let's see how this looks. Alright, see how this looks. And then I'll pull it back and try it the other way. Okay. Do I do it like this? Or... let's see how this looks. Okay. Then of course this would be here, and this there, etc., etc. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it like that. So there's a little bit more brown on the base to kind of contrast it, from the straight sandstone into the checkerboarded column. This is not going to be like the bridge. I got to get this right the first time. Okay, so I'm going to do this up to the point where the hopper line will have to come out. And then I'll come back. All right, give me just a moment. All right, gang, welcome back. I have done a little bit more cosmetics, and this is what I've got so far. I've kind of capped it up just because I decided to turn this into my little shack where I'm going to hang out whenever the mob drop is functioning. Because, again, this should be far enough away from anything down there to spawn anything. So that's where I'm going to hang out. Now, I like it. It's going to be alright. I capped it off because I didn't want anybody or anything falling through and hitting me. So this is the layer where I'm going to put some hoppers, and then they'll come out, and I'll run them over here and into the hopper line. Right across. And then back out, and I don't know, maybe I'll just have this guy come straight out. Drop down, go into my house, and go into a little bucket there. That'll be something. But in the meantime, as I said, I'm going to leave this open and make this my junk pile row. Alright, but that's quite a bit. The next step here is I gotta go mining. I'm going to go mining. I'll save you the trouble of that. I'll go mining and get enough hoppers to finish this out and create that hopper line. And I'll show you that as it's happening. I should be able to put it together. And then I am going to do the column all the way up. All right? But that, I think, I am going to save for the next time around. I know this one is going to push into about 15 minutes or so. I'm trying to get them down into a more reasonable time frame. And that's what I'm going to do. So I will sign off for now. And next time you see me, we will be working on making this pillar go all the way up to the top and getting the very initial aspects of the mob drop started, such as the hopper timer that I'm going to use to pulse dispensers with water. But we'll get to that when we get to that. However, until then, I will see you real soon. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, go ahead, feel free to subscribe. I'm here doing it whenever I do it, but it will come out weekly, and I look forward to seeing you.